Welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna play Yoru on Corrode. Today is day 161 of playing every agent on every map. Today is our first day of spamming Corrode. Also, yesterday I didn't have time to upload a video because I was on a card meet and then I went to a card show, so I didn't really have time to record or anything. But today we're gonna be back, and we're gonna be back with a whole week of playing just Corrode. Today's agent Yoru is, in my opinion, one of the best agents you can use on a map like Corrode because he is really good at being into corners and being really annoying towards the enemies. You can use him pretty well in eco rounds as well by just waiting in a corner with a shotgun, getting a kill and then TPing out. Makes it really hard for the enemies to take this space. Also, if you're using a Yoru in an aggressive way, you can get a lot of space with a Yoru and also kind of fake a site pretty well with a Yoru as well. So I think Yoru can be one of the most well-rounded agents on a map like Corrode. Starting off with A-side defense. On A-side defense, there's a lot of plays you can do. Firstly, you can play aggressive right here on main. As soon as the round starts, you walk over, try to go for a peek, or even further, try to take more steps, have another teammate holding this angle and kind of making noise so they think it's only that teammate, and then you can go behind these boxes. This is a pretty strong aggressive play and can get you a lot of information over the map. Really important with that play though is that you send a TP back. I recommend that you actually send your TP back over here towards the side, so you're in a safe place to TP out. Like that, you can go all the way over here, wait behind these boxes, wait for the enemies to walk in, maybe even take the ult orb, get a kill, maybe two, and then TP out. Or the other option is, if the enemies know you are here, you can flash out from behind here in a lot of different ways, like this. You'll flash your teammates in main as well, or like this. That will not flash your teammates in main, but that will flash most of the enemies that are coming into the main space right here. Other than that, you can also play behind these boxes right here and use a flash like this at the bottom of this part here. That will flash the people in main and will barely flash the people of your team that are playing either towards here, holding main, or playing over behind these boxes. The other really good thing about this flash is you can peek out pretty fast with it, and it is really hard to dodge. The other really good thing about this flash is you have to throw it from behind here, but it will bounce off of this, travel a lot behind this wall, and then pop out right at this bottom part, flashing anyone that is in main. Just make sure that you are on this side of the box and not here, because if you are here, the flash will just bounce all the way down. So make sure you stand here, flash all the people in main, get a pick, maybe two, and then get out again. Another really good flash is one like this, where you play a little further behind and then use a flash into the window. It will bounce 2 times and will flash anyone that is playing in main. Other than that, also playing in a lot of the close corners, for example here with a shotgun. Also, if you are playing all the way close here, just waiting for the enemies to walk in, getting a kill and then TPing out can be pretty strong. Or also a really unexpected angle most people don't check is one like this, where you send a TP back. You hide in this close corner, just crouch, get a kill, and then TP out. With a TP and a spot like this, it is insanely hard for the enemies to play aggressive on a main, and you can basically cut them off at any point. The other really good thing is, again, playing in corners like here, but if you're playing in this corner, you have to kind of have a teammate that is watching this area for you from mid. Other things that you can do with a Yoru that are pretty hard on most of the other agents is to play, again, in the close corners and flash. As soon as you hear people walking out, you can flash like this, flashing anyone that is in main, and get a lot of kills like that. Or you can even throw supported flashes through this window right here, flashing all the people in main and giving your teammate that is playing on elbow, or your teammate that is playing on main right here, or playing on elbow right here, a chance of getting out. Another thing that is pretty good on a Yoru is that you can, since you can't boost people anymore on top of boxes, at least the 2 tall boxes ones, you can use a clone like this, and then you can get into the clone like this and use a TP on top of the box. This allows you to play in higher up spots where most people are not going to expect you. This is especially strong if you don't have a agent that has a movement ability, for example an Omen, a Raze, or a Jet that can updraft on top of boxes. Being on top of one of these boxes can be pretty unexpected. I know you will use your clone and you will use a TP to get up here, but still it is a pretty strong spot. You can get a kill and then just go down. Same thing on almost any other 2 tall box, like this one, this one, and all over the map there's a lot of these boxes. Switching over towards the link area now, and in the link area again you can play in this corner here, crouching, waiting for people to walk in and then TPing out, or even playing in this close corner, playing in this close corner right here, or even a really unexpected spot is this corner here. This is also a pretty good spot on a chamber. On a Yoru it isn't quite as good because your TP takes some time to get you out, but most of the times if you're playing in this close corner you can get 1 kill and then look at the floor, TP out and get to safety. Another really strong thing is if you feel like the enemies are coming towards mid is to use a flash like this, flashing right above you and peeking out like that. Or like this. But this one can get blocked by these boxes sometimes if you don't throw it right, or the people are playing in a other spot where you can't really see them well, and then you peek out and they're not going to be full flashed. If you throw a flash that pops above you, every person that is looking at you is going to get full flashed. Also pretty good is taking the aggressive space here on mid. So if you have a TP set back either towards your spawn, towards A or towards B, it is a really good idea to take aggressive space in mid. Same thing also, by the way, if you're on A and the enemies are, or your teammates are calling they're coming towards B, just take a lot of the aggressive space here and get information for your team. If you run into their lurker, that is a good thing. If you run into a bunch of people, you can always CP out, and in general, like that, you can get a lot of map information, which is pretty important on a map like Corrode, because firstly, the map has insanely many corners, and it is also a pretty big map, making it pretty hard for your team to hold all of the spaces, especially if you don't have a good sentinel. Other than that, also playing in mid in this close corner can be pretty effective, but you have to kind of worry because the enemies can be really close before you. You can walk out, maybe get a kill. If they don't see you, you can wait in this close corner and then TP out if you see somebody, or like get a kill and then TP out. But in a lot of cases, getting into this corner is pretty dangerous. If you manage to get into this corner, you have an insanely good spot to hold all of mid and make it really easy for your team to hold the space on B and A as well, because they can stack 2 players there and you are in mid just holding the space for them from mid. Also, again, walking down here can be pretty effective. If you know people are close here rotating over, you can play close here behind these boxes and use a flash like this, flashing all of the people that are coming in, or use a flash like this that will basically do the same, or even a flash like this, popping more or less above you and giving you a option to go for a kill. And now switching over towards the B side, and the B side is again a really good spot for a Yoru. You can cross over here towards these boxes or like towards this wall and hide in this corner waiting for the enemies to walk in. This can be insanely strong, especially if you have another teammate holding your main, and then you can just wait for the enemies to walk in, get a kill, and then TP out. Other than that, also pretty strong is playing in this close corner, for example, with a shotgun on eco rounds, or a play I actually really like on Corrode if you're on defense and you lost the pistol round, is to just buy 5 shorties, wait for the enemies to walk in different corners. Like that, I won the bonus round on one of my games on Corrode, which is a pretty effective thing to do because, again, most of the enemies are gonna walk into a close range corner either way, and if you're waiting for them with a shorty, getting at least 1 kill, you've done your job. And it also kind of cripples the enemy's economy and allows you to collect some guns. Other than that, something that a lot of people don't realize is that you can also TP on top of these two tall boxes with a Yoru by sending in your clone into a corner and then jumping up and placing a TP. Like that, you can TP on top of the boxes and have a really unexpected off angle on that enemy. Getting up here, you can't do pre-round because you can't use your clone pre-round, but still, if you are on top of these boxes, or even if you are in a Yoru ult, for example, you're clearing out the site with the Yoru ult for a retake, you can use a clone, TP up, and have an insanely strong off angle using a flash, getting out of your ult, getting a kill, and then dropping back down. Can be pretty strong. Also, this close corner is a really strong spot for a Yoru to be in. Just make sure that you have a TP to get out, because like that, most of the people are not clearing this corner. You can get a kill like this, you can get a kill of somebody jumping over you, trying to go for a plant, and make it really hard for the enemies to take the site. Another thing that I like doing on a Yoru is to play on top of the hut right here. For that, I have a TP set up towards the heaven area, either in this corner right here, or close here to fast rotate over towards the right side. And then I just wait right here, making sure I'm not open towards mid, waiting for the enemies to walk in, and then TPing out if I get a kill. Or one last thing, another box that I really like is getting on top of this box, having a strong off angle on the enemies that are coming in towards a main. This is especially strong if they're playing really slow and not really using util to clear out the close corners in main to get a really unexpected off angle on the enemies. And now switching over towards attack. And on attack, you can use a TP setup like this. You can use a TP in the beginning of the round to this wall, using a flash like this to take the main space. The flash will pop right in front of you, flashing anyone that is in main and making it really easy for you to take this space. But you kind of have to worry about if the enemies try to take the aggressive space themselves. They will be walking out and there will be already behind you, so keep that in mind. If you hear a lot of steps coming towards you and you want to still do that TP play, clear out behind you as well. Make sure to get into that corner here and then clear out the people that are playing here close. Other than that, also, if you have taken the main space in a normal way, you can use a flash combo towards elbow like this. Flashing anyone that is close here, Also the people that are holding you from mid. Just be careful if you TP here and then you clear out the people here close here and close here. You still can get peeked by the people from mid. So I recommend that you TP and then you make sure that you are in safety in the corner right here and your teammates are helping you come out of the site as well. Don't just TP all by yourself, have another teammate coming with you. Like that you can worry about some of the corners and your teammate worries about the rest of them. Same thing also, by the way, on the other side. You can use a TP like this and then use a flash like this. Flashing anyone that is playing close here, elbow, or the people that are playing close here in yard, and then taking the space with the rest of you. Another thing that I really like is actually sending in your clone towards the elbow area, because like that the enemies that are playing in the elbow area, either here close, are gonna shoot the clone, so you get information on them, or if there is util setup here on the elbow area, it can be triggered by a Yoru clone pretty easily, especially if it is a Vice wall, and Vice's util is really strong on this elbow area, so like that you can kind of get rid of that util. Other than that, just going in through main if this is smoked with a flash like this, flashing out, or even using a flash a little deeper, clearing out the close corners, even maybe jump spotting these boxes. That's why a shorty is also pretty good on this map. Jump spotting behind these close boxes to kind of clear out all of these areas. Other than that, once you have taken the site, you can play in a lot of different corners. You can use, for example, a TP if you have the elbow area like this, and then you yourself are playing behind these boxes, waiting for the people from CT to come. Just make sure you have a teammate holding the link area, flashing out, finding them, TPing out, and then you have another really strong off angle on them. Even if you just TP out right away, you can then fight the people that are full flashed over this corner area right here. Also, a flash like this can be pretty good, or flashes like these can also be pretty good. I really like this flash here as well. If you throw it all the way at the bottom, it will flash behind this wall, making it really easy for you to peek out. You don't even have to worry about getting flashed by your own flash, and you can take the CT space or like fight the CT space in a pretty simple way. Another thing that I really like doing is, if you have all of the space here on site, is to even push towards CT and play in these close corners right here, over here, or maybe even at these boxes right here. Most of the times the enemies are not going to expect you. You can get a kill and then TP out. For your ult, it can be pretty strong to have either a person that is playing an Odin or a person that is playing a Sheriff to be able to bang through this wall right here. If you have an Odin, the enemies can not really hide behind this wall, because as you can see, you can shoot through all of this wall, and if you are in a Yoru ult, you can basically walk in front of the enemies, making sure that your teammates can just spam them through this wall and clear out the side like this. Also, clearing out elbow can be pretty strong, but for that you don't really need an Odin. But you can bang through these boxes with a Vandal as well. If you do it with an Odin, you just do more damage. And now switching over towards mid. And mid is kind of a tricky one, because mid on Corrode is kind of weird. Mid is not really an open space. In most maps, mid is a pretty open space, like think of Ascent, think of Sunset. But on Corrode, you have corners here, you have corners here, you have corners here, you have corners here, you have corners everywhere. Make sure that you use your flashes and your TPs into safe corners. For example, you can kind of throw the crosshair placement off of the people that are playing on top mid by TPing into this close corner right there. But always be aware, there can be people picking you from here, can be people picking you from here, from a lot of different corners. So using a flash like this kind of allows you to TP here in a safe way, fighting the people here close, and making sure that you can take all of this space. After you have TP'd here, you can also pick the people that are playing on top mid and make it really hard for them to hold this space, because you have a person peeking them from here, you have a person peeking them from here, and also a person peeking them from the other side. Another thing that you can do if you want to take the mid space is to use flashes. Use flashes up here, use flashes above these boxes, use flashes behind these boxes. Just be aware that you can get peeked if you from there if you're peeking around this corner. So firstly clear out this and then use your flash. And now switching over towards B. And B is again really a thing about aggressive space. You can use a TP like this and then use a flash like this to kind of take the main space in a pretty simple way, fighting the people that are close, and make it really easy for your team to take this space. Other than that, also sending in your clone right here can be pretty good, because most of the times the people are going to play in close corners, especially on eco rounds, so be aware of that. If you want to use a flash TP combo, I recommend one that is kind of a risky one, but it will work most of the times. It is one like this. Just make sure that you don't flash yourself, but you see your flash pops right here above you, and will flash the people close, will flash the people in heaven, will flash the people in link. Like this, you have a pretty good spot because your default smokes are going to go here in link and here in heaven, and then you can clear out the close corners and kind of clear out the site from the from behind, making sure that your team, as they are coming in, is clearing out the close corner here, clearing out most of the corners that are not being able to be cleared up by you, for example, in these boxes here, or even the people that are coming out of elbow. Like this, you have a pretty good entry pathing for your team and make it really easy for you to take this side. Also, another TP that is pretty strong that you most of the times don't even need a flash for is one like this. Most of the times, the enemies are not going to be really playing here, and even if they are, you can kind of flash out of the main smoke and then TP there, making sure you are behind them. You're not really in danger from heaven, because if somebody is playing in heaven out of the open, it's gonna be pretty hard for them to like kind of get away unless they are a chamber, and most of the times you're gonna have that area smoked as well. And the rest of the players that are playing on site are gonna have a hard time killing you, other than this person right here. This is the one spot that you have to be really careful about if you're using this TP right here. This also allows you to take more space towards the CT area and give you a really aggressive timing towards the spawn area as well, to be able to kind of early peek the people here. I like to do this play also on a neon, just running in through the side, taking the elbow space, and then even peeking in towards spawn, catching rotators off guard. Can be insanely strong and makes it really hard for the enemies to play for a retake. Other than that, if you have taken the space and you are going for a plant, or you have already planted, playing in a lot of the close corners is a pretty good idea. Just make sure that you have a TP towards safety. So if you want to play here, maybe have a TP towards main, or even towards behind these boxes. All of these spots that are like in close behind, for example, this entrance or even the heaven entrance, makes it insanely hard for the enemies to retake the site. They have to worry about every corner and they're going to be really slow on the retake, giving them not a lot of space. Also, always change up your spots, don't always play on the same spots. Makes it really hard for the enemies to kind of guess where you're at, and makes it even harder for them to retake the space. For a Yoru ult, a play I really like is either using your Yoru ult to kind of clear out mid by throwing a TP from right here all the way to top mid, and then TPing there, clearing out the mid space, and then clearing out B from behind. Or using a ult from main, clearing out the areas close, clearing out the elbow area, clearing out the heaven area, maybe even leaving a TP here, clearing out the rest of the site, and getting out of the ult under, and then maybe even TPing towards heaven if you know nobody's in this area. And like that, you can get almost all of the map information that you need. If I had to give Yoru a rating from S to F, I'd actually give him the S tier. In my opinion, especially on defense, a Yoru can be insanely powerful. You can take a lot of aggressive map space with him. You can also take a lot of the play in a lot of the corners of Corrode, and in general, it makes it really hard for the enemies to take the space. Also on attack, you have the option to play really aggressive with Yoru, taking the main space pretty easily, which is a space most of the time is going to be fighted for heavily, at least in my opinion, and in my experience with my ranked games. That would be it from me. If you want to see any other agent on any other map, write it down in the comments, and if you want to see anything else Vans related, write it down there as well. Also, don't forget what agents you want to know and how to play them on Corrode. And at the end of the week, on Sunday, I will also upload a Corrode smokes guide, so you guys know how to smoke on a map like Corrode. And as always, don't forget to like and sub, and come say hi to me on Twitch, where I stream almost daily. Have a great rest of your day, and see you guys very soon. Bye!